forever friend. From darkest night to rainbow's end, he's my forever friend. Even when I turn away, he cares for me. Sometimes I'm not his friend, but he is always mine. He's my forever friend. I leave me never friend. From darkest night to rainbow's end, he's my forever friend. If you still don't know the one I'm talking of, I think it's time you knew. Long ago and far away, upon a cross, my friend died for you. So if you'd like to meet him and don't know what to do, ask my friend into your heart, and he'll be your friend too. He's my forever friend. I leave me never friend. From darkest night to rainbow's end, he's my forever friend. He's my forever friend. You're forever telling me I'm weak. When I criticize, I never speak. I prefer to turn the other cheek, but I will love you all my life. I can never do things right by you. I'm the kind who always comes through. even though you never cared for me. Darling, how I wish that you could see that I will love you all my life. I can't help myself, I can't go. Evening shadows make me blue when each weary day is through. How I long to be with you, my happiness. Every day I reminisce, dreaming of your tender kiss, thinking, darling, how I miss my happiness. A million years it seems have gone by since we shared our dreams, but I'll hold you again. There'll be no blue memories then, where the skies are gray or blue. Any place on earth will do, just as long as I'm with you, my happiness. A million years it seems have gone by since we shared our dreams, but I'll hold you again. There'll be no blue memories then, where the skies are gray or blue. Any place on earth, just as long as I'm with you, my happiness. Yes, just as long as I'm with you, my happiness. Every day I call my mother just to tell her that I love her. That's a thing I'm very proud to say, 'cause I'm so glad to have her. To me, she's like no other. She's the reason I'm the man you see today. How her heart was filled with joy when she saw her little boy. The first time that she held me in her arms, and from that moment on, she and Dad were both the ones who cared for me and kept me from all harm. So when you see your mother, tell her that you love her. Hold her hand, never wish to part. When this world it seems unfair, she's the one who's always there. My mother means the kindest, loving heart. Since I've grown from boy to man, I've come to understand the love that lives within our mother's heart. That's why I call her every day, if I'm near or far away, for I know someday she and I must part. So always hold her dear as you count each passing year. Say you're sorry if you caused her pain or strife. And when it's your birthday, just call her up and say, thank you, Mom, for giving me the gift of life. So when you see your mother, tell her that you love her. Hold her like you never wish to part. When this world it seems unfair, she's the one who's always there. My mother means the kindest, loving heart. When this world it seems unfair, she's the one who's always there. My mother means the kindest, loving heart. Soft as the voice of an angel, breathing a lesson unheard. Oh, with a gentle persuasion, whispers her comforting word. Wait till the darkness is over. Wait till the tempest is done. Hope for the sunshine tomorrow, after the shower is gone. Whispering, whispering, oh, when sink away. When the dark midnight is over, watch for the breaking of day. Whispering, hope, welcome my voice so high, welcome my voice, making my heart in its sorrow rejoice. We talk about her because we're proud. We talk about her because she deserves to be remembered. We talk about her because even though she is not now with us, she is never far from our mind. We talk about her because she is part of us, a part that we could never ignore or disown. We talk about her because we love her still and always will, forever. Nothing will ever change that. We're here today to mourn the passing and honour the life of Judy Hodgetts. We mark the passing of someone we love by balancing the sadness and the sense of loss with gratitude for the life that was lived and is now ended. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Rennie Nisi O'Connell, and it's an honour for me to lead this service, as it has been, along with Peter, to plan and prepare for it with her family, especially Michael, Karen and Gillian. And in the background have been a team of staff here at Parkside, and we are privileged to have been entrusted with the care of Judy after her death and of conducting her service of farewell in this beautiful garden cemetery as she instructed us. I'd also, on behalf of the family, like to welcome those of you who are watching this service via live streaming. We are sad not to have you present to honour Judy's life and farewell her, but the family is so grateful for the love and support that you have shown. There are a few people who would have loved to have been here today but were unable. Judy's sister Lyndall and David, her brother Ross and his family, Beryl and Harry Hodgetts, Ethel Hodgetts, Judy Bryan, Brett, Abby, Naomi Clark, Adam, Jason, Hayley, Michaela Tomachich. So to those people, as you watch online, know that you are very much a part of us and that we welcome you. As we begin this service, if you haven't already done so, would you pop your mobile phone onto silent as we have that as a mark of respect for Judy. We come to remember Judy, to remember her as she was long ago and as she was just a little while ago. To remember her in her youthful energy and in her times of ill health. To remember her in the moments of sadness and in the moments of joy and pleasure. The 2nd of November 1941 was a momentous day in the life of Harry and Gladys Allen in Highclere, a small country community on the outskirts of Burnie. Actually on the outskirts of Ridgely more than Burnie. For this was the day a beautiful baby daughter made her entrance into the world. They named her Judith Fay, but was known to everyone as Judy. And along with Judy there was a brother Ross and sisters Glenys, Maureen, Wendy, Karen and Lyndall. She was educated at the Ridgely Area School, as all good people were. She didn't, however, learn to cook, I'm told. Cooking was to remain her Achilles heel for the remainder of her life. Cooking was something Judy never mastered. For there was only one speed for Judy, flat out, and this included cooking. So most of her meals ended up being, well, shall we say, overcooked and a bit dark around the edges. And school finished and it was time to look for work. And like nearly every young person here in the Burnie community, she worked at the APPM. She also worked at the local bakery and also at the local drive-in. In her late teenage years, Judy met a young man by the name of Kevin John Hodgetts, who was known to everyone as Skeet. And Skeet was the love of her life. They married in 1961, and a few years later, Judy and Skeet found out that they were to become parents. It was like all Judy's dreams had come true. She'd always wanted to be a mum. And now she was about to become mum to two beautiful twin girls, Deborah Faye and Helen Elizabeth. Heartbreak was to follow, for these two little babes did not survive. The loss and grief was overwhelming for Judy, and Michael believes that she never truly got over the loss of these babies, who had left such an imprint on her heart. A few years later, Judy and Skeet found out the wonderful news that another little life was to make their family complete. And in 1968, their son Michael made his entry into the world. They were overjoyed. This little man was treasured beyond belief. Judy was a doting mum and was the very best mum she knew how to be. She was a super organised person and she loved order, and she kept a beautiful home and garden. In fact, spending time in her garden was one of her greatest joys. She was so content at home that travelling actually held little appeal for her. A 2-day trip to Launceston was a holiday for her, and although there were 1 or 2 trips to the mainland, she was happiest at home. As a garden lover, she was the garden designer, and Skeet would plant out the plants. They'd both weed together and maintain the garden so that it always looked its best. She especially loved pink flowers, and today we've featured pink flowers in all their beauty on Judy's coffin as a tribute to her. Another of her great loves was to follow the trots. She loved horse racing and having a little flutter. Just $1 or 2 here and there, nothing big, just enough to make her smile if she had a little win. Saturdays were Judy's, and she didn't encourage visitors on a Saturday, for that was her day to follow the Gis, her beloved horses. She always used high numbers, 13 and above, for she believed they brought her special luck. She followed the fortunes of Bart Cummings, believing him to be Australia's best horse trainer, and I reckon there'd be plenty of people that would agree with her. He's pretty much a legend in the racing community. She wears a lucky 4-leaf clover even now, and I think there may even be a form guide or 2, just in case there's a race or 2 up there. When I heard about this, I was reminded of that old poem by Banjo Patterson, and it says, "When he dies, then I hope I may follow and go where the racehorses go. I don't want no harping or singing, such things with my style don't agree. Where the hoofs of the horses are ringing, there's music sufficient for me." Judy was always a mother hen, and her sister's grandchildren were as close to her as any grandchildren she could have had of her own. She loved to spoil them, but it wasn't really spoiling. She just wanted them to know how much she loved them and how much they meant to her and how important their place was in her life. That's a powerful message to give any child. She also loved country music. I'm guessing the stories of love and sorrow really struck a chord with Judy, and we're playing some of her favourite tracks today. Life was to strike another tragic blow to Judy when her beloved Skeet passed away in May 2021. She was never the same without him. It seemed like she had loved him all her life, and she longed to be reunited with Skeet. She would say with tears in her eyes, "He's gone and left me," or "He left me with it." Life had become so very difficult without him around. In October of last year, Judy was admitted to hospital. She had become unwell with some fairly significant medical conditions, and some 6 weeks ago she realised that cancer had spread and was now very aggressive. She was loving and courageous to the very end. Judy's journey among us ended on Saturday the 11th of March 2023 at her home in Burnie. Her family loved, supported and surrounded her in her death as in her life, as she slipped away from their care to join her beloved Skeet and others who have gone before. We mourn in those empty spaces once filled with her smiles, her laughter, her love, and her telling you what she thought. We mourn the loss of her generous, selfless giving, her strength, and her essential part within her family. We mourn the loss of her presence, the loss of her love continuing on into tomorrow, and the joy that she brought into our lives. And yet, her love still lives on, while ever we remember her and allow the memory of that love to warm our hearts. So many memories, flooding our minds, taking us back across the years, causing us to smile, causing a tear to slide down our cheeks. Let's just pause a moment and gather in those memories of Judy that were so very special. We recognise that we have done all we can in this life for Judy. As we prepare to release her from our care into the care of a loving God and say our most final of goodbyes to Judy, let us repeat the words of the Lord's Prayer. You'll find it in your service sheets if you're not sure of the words. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those that trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power and the glory, for ever and ever. Amen. And so we've brought Judy to this place which holds the earthly remains of so many who have been loved and lost. A place which has become sacred to you, Judy's family, for her beloved Skeet rests here. We stand aware of the nature that surrounds us, trees swaying in the breeze, blue skies above, starlight at night, bright spots of colourful flowers and ornaments, powerful reminders of the love, honour and memories of those who have gone before. We have reflected on her life, and we begin to say this, the most final of goodbyes. Judy, go on your journey from this world, carried by the one who made you and loves you. May that path home rise to meet you, and may you be welcomed across the threshold and received in love's embrace. For you there is no more illness, death, sorrow or pain. We thank you for the love, the kindness and the friendship. We thank you for the gardens you created with Skeet. We thank you for the smiles and fun you brought into our lives. We now commit your earthly remains to rest here with your beloved Skeet, where you long to be, returning to the earth, that which came from the earth, earth to earth, ashes to ashes, and dust to dust. We bid you farewell. And just as the gardens you cared for was blessed by you, we ask a blessing on this grave as you rest here with Skeet, that this piece of land might only know peace and serenity. Go in peace, Judy, supported and nurtured by those who loved you, received and welcomed by those who wait for you. Be strong, be free, be proud of who you have been. Know that you will be mourned and missed, that no one can replace you, that you have loved and are loved. And now, as we prepare to leave this place, a final reading dedicated to her treasured son Michael, who will feel the loss of Judy perhaps more than any of us. It's called My Mother Kept a Garden. My mother kept a garden of the heart. She planted all the good things that gave my life its start. She turned me to the sunshine and encouraged me to dream, fostering and nurturing the seeds of self-esteem. And when the winds and rains came, she protected me enough, but not too much. She knew I'd need to stand up strong and tough. Her constant good example always taught me right from wrong, markers for my pathway to last my whole life long. I am my mother's garden. I am her legacy, and I hope today she feels the love reflected back from me. Ladies and gentlemen, our service has drawn to a close. Thank you for your kind attention. Please feel free to come forward and place a flower and pause a moment or two in memory of Judy. Thank you.
I still love you as I did in yesterday. Many years have gone by, though it seems just like a day. It's no wonder that I love you. You have been so kind and true. There will never be another. It will always be just you. We've come a long way together, and you've proved your love is true. My life has been a pleasure, and it's all because of you. And to me you'll always be just as sweet as flowers in May. And I'll always love you as I did in yesterday. Yesterday, many years have gone by, though it seems just like a day. It's no wonder that I love you. You have been so kind and true. There will never be another. It will always be just you. We've come a long way together, and you've proved your love is true. My life has been a pleasure, and it's all because of you. And to me you'll always be just as sweet as flowers in May. And I'll always love you as I did in yesterday. And to me you'll always be just as sweet as flowers in May. And I'll always love you as I did in yesterday. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Was grace that taught my heart to feel, and grace my fears relieved. How precious dear the grace of the hour I first believed. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Through many dangers, toils and snares, I have already come. 'Twas grace that brought me safe thus far, and grace will lead me home. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Was blind, but now I see.
You placed gold on my finger. You brought love like I've never known. You gave life to our children, and to me a reason to go on. You're my when I need hope and inspiration. You're always strong when I'm tired and weak. I could search this whole world over, you'd still be everything that I need. You're my breath.